Care to solve the puzzle?
It's America's Game.
Wheel of Fortune.
Right after Eyewitness News.
Tonight at 6:30 on Channel 7. Eyewitness News, the Chicago area's leading news, with John Drury, Diane Burns, Jim Rose, and Steve Deschler.
Good evening. Tighter security is the order of the night at Cabrini Green, where Chicago police and federal agents swept 3 more buildings today as pressure mounts to make Cabrini a safe place to live. But officials say it's too soon to tell if a so-called gang truce has restored peace to the project.
John, since the death of young Dantrell Davis, nearly 24 of the high-rises at Cabrini have been swept for guns and drugs. Officials say that pace will continue. For their part, gang members have announced they'll end the warfare. But Cabrini residents have reason to be skeptical. Russ Ewing explains.
Officials moved in on 3 Cabrini buildings, checking tenants listed on CHA records and forcing unauthorized tenants to move out. Workers painted walls and sealed up vacant apartments, while at the same time police looked for weapons in stairwells and in other hiding places. The lockdown came in the wake of a truce announcement by alleged leaders of a number of street gangs. Police had little to say about the truce, but they pointed out that the most powerful gang in that area was not present when civic leaders and gang members announced their truce.
What you saw was one gang faction with all the little offshoot gang factions who made peace among themselves.
Cabrini residents all agreed that they are safe as long as police are in their front yards, but they question the truce, wondering what will happen when police leave.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, but do you think it's real, or do you think it's...
I think it's real. I think it's real.
Once it's over, then they ain't gonna give us as much attention as we get now. So that's what I feel.
Those who live here and know the dangers and the problems say that they're glad this is happening, but they're not naive. They say that the drug dealers are going to continue to sell drugs and drug addicts are going to continue to use them. And they say that the gangbangers are going to continue to fight whenever they decide to. But they hope that it won't continue to happen here. Russ Ewing, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Well, on the west side this afternoon, a fast-spreading apartment fire claimed the lives of a woman and her 2-year-old child. It's believed the blaze broke out in the pantry of the family's 3rd-floor apartment. 25-year-old Yolanda Walker was overcome by fumes, apparently, as she tried to reach her daughter, Alicia. Both she and the child died of smoke inhalation. Relatives speculate that a newly installed hot water tank may have contributed to the blaze. Diane?
John, the debate over casino gambling is back on the table. Opponents today calling it a done deal they hope to kill in the legislature, as backers lobby for more support, offering what appears to be limited compromise on some details. Still, Mayor Daley today says the ball could get rolling in a couple of weeks, but he may not want to bet on that.
It's not going to be their economic salvation or the cause of our moral decline. It is a good deal, plain and simple.
Mayor Daley at noontime pushing casino gambling to the Economic Club of Chicago, touting it as a plum that might stop the very problem critics argue gambling would create, crime. And the mayor says he guarantees that at least 25% of the jobs will go to residents of Chicago public housing. The casinos will pay a 10% tax, half the fee paid by riverboat operators. And the mayor indicated the $5 a month tax for every employee of large corporations could be phased out as part of a deal. Preliminary plans put the theme park on the west or south side. Estimates between 37,000 to 40,000 jobs that pay an average $27,000 a year and benefits.
This theme park is also crucial to our traditional sectors of our economy: warehousing, manufacturing, and distribution.
If all the people behind this project showed as much enthusiasm for people as they do for slot machines, maybe our children would be a little safer and our schools a little better.
Casino gambling critics believe they have as much support against casinos. Today, religious organizations call the idea piecemeal, a knee-jerk solution to a crisis.
Is this the best that city leaders can come up with?
Both sides are looking to Governor Edgar, who rejects casino gambling here.
I just really don't want to see Illinois become a Nevada or Atlantic City.
Mayor Daley says casinos have widespread support among businesses and community leaders. The Coalition of Church Organizations says, however, surveys show overwhelmingly that citizens reject the idea.
Well, Diane, teachers at a near Northwest Side's Catholic school were recognized today for high test scores by their students who are from poor families. The Archbishop of Chicago, Joseph Cardinal Bernardine, awarded the teachers $7,500 from the Big Shoulders Fund. The Cardinal then went on a tour of the school to see the teachers' achievements firsthand. He took the opportunity to talk to some of the children.
Want to read that for me? Let the children come to me, and do not stop them.
Those are words of Jesus. Good to see you.
It was pointed out that the student achievers represent the old neighborhood. They are not from families who moved into the area as a part of the Bucktown neighborhood gentrification program. Even though Illinois roads are generally safer than they used to be, not so for a 6-mile stretch of Interstate 57. You might call it the accident zone, the section of I-57 between 111th and 159th Streets. As Roz Varon reports, it's been the site of several fatal accidents in the past month.
4 lives were ended abruptly and needlessly in this weekend accident on I-57. 3 more people were seriously injured. This tragedy is just one of 6 fatal accidents that occurred this year on I-57. 4 of those in the past month, all of them within a 6-mile stretch. State police say this is not an unusually high number of accidents for that interstate. Unlike other Chicago area expressways, most of I-57 does not have guardrail or barrier walls separating the north and southbound traffic. In this most recent rash of fatal accidents, cars crossed over the center median into oncoming traffic, but state police attribute the cause to excessive speed.
One of the fatals that occurred this weekend, the guy went on top of the guardrail, so the guardrail didn't stop him. There are times when if your speed is that excessive, you're going to go airborne and the guardrails are not going to stop you.
Police acknowledge that while a concrete barrier wall may not have prevented all of the deaths, it might have decreased the number of fatalities in Friday night's accident. IDOT officials say barrier walls have never been warranted on I-57 because the wide median offers substantial recovery room. But the recent fatal accidents have prompted IDOT to study whether these are isolated incidents due to circumstance or if it's